Welcome back to another episode of the Inquisitive Mamba Podcast. This is episode 79, and for today's guest is Logan Seagull. Logan is a former contestant on the Bachelor in Paradise, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, season 19 of the Bachelorette. So Logan, how's it going? Tell everyone who you are and kind of take it from there.
Hey, happy to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm Logan, and I was on a couple seasons of reality TV. Since then, I've picked up some other hobbies that I've had some success in, but mainly people know me because I was on TV for about a year.
So, kind of talk about your experience on TV, some of the highs and the lows, and then go from there.
It's a lot to pack into a couple of sentences. I've gotten pretty good at giving the spark notes. So basically, a friend nominated me to be on the show The Bachelorette. After a long process of getting on the show, I was brought on, and I filmed the first season of The Bachelorette with 2 Bachelorettes. I was kind of in a position where I was open to finding someone. You kind of just go on the show looking for an adventure, and if you find someone, great. That's kind of the mindset you have to have because you've never met the people. When people say, "Oh, I went on there and I was looking for love. I was looking to marry this person." It's like, well, you've never met them, So I was very realistic about it. I was like, well, if I meet this person and I feel that way, I would be very open to taking it the full distance. However, I was obviously, it's a reality show, so you're skeptical of if it can work or not. I went on the show and I was put I put myself in a kind of difficult situation where there's 2 Bachelorettes. One of them kind of took an interest in me early on, and I wanted to get to know both of them because, like I just said, you're supposed to get married at the end.
Yeah.
So I wanted to keep an open mind and remembering that I could end up with one of these people forever. I was like one of the only guys who kind of took an open approach to getting to know both of them. And it ended up getting kind of messy where I had to break up with one of them and kind of reintroduce myself to the other one, and it made it so that I was kind of a controversial character on there. And it made it hard. When it aired, a lot of people showed support. A lot of people were like, well, yeah, of course you wanted to get to know both of them. You're supposed to get married, and they're very logical. Other people kind of took it as like, oh, you're a player, and it was an interesting process. You get to really look at yourself and be like, well, I had good intentions, but did I do it the right way? And what could I have done better? And how much of this is just kind of reality show nonsense, and how much of it is like who I really am? So it was an interesting process. After that, I went on Paradise. It was a way better experience for me. To answer your question, there's a lot of highs and lows. There's some of the most fun, incredible moments I've had in my life. There's also some of the darker times, to be honest.
So I'm really glad you kind of opened up there. But my first question for you is what was it like walking out of the limo on the night one? Because everybody loves that scene. Everyone's like super flashy. Some guys are dancing and some people are having fun and crazy. So what was it like for you getting out of the limo that night?
Okay, so when you're on the show, you have a lot of time to prep what you want your limo entrance to be. My original idea is I wanted to, so this didn't get checked. They didn't let me do this. I wanted to come out on an elephant because they're like, hey, we can make it happen. You tell us what you're thinking. We got the budget. So let us know. So I took that literally. I was like, oh, you got the budget. Let's get an elephant. I want to ride in on an elephant and say oh, dating's a circus, and I'm ready to to lead the circus with you or something like that. Yeah. They were like, hey, so yeah, our lawyers aren't going to let you ride an elephant. So it got shot down. But they did. They were like, well, what else do you have in mind? I was like, well, what if I had 2 chicks? And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to be dating 2 chicks for a little while. So I came prepared, and I had 2 baby chickens, which was a lot more safe.
Yeah, I would say so. So when you say there's a lot of time, there's a lot of prep leading up to it, how long did you have to plan to prep for that scene?
Well, I know, you probably can't show this part, but there's a lot of stuff I'm still not allowed to talk about in terms of the
Do you think things would have been different if there weren't 2 Bachelorettes for your season?
Yeah, it probably would have been a lot different for me. I mean, that was kind of my whole thing, struggling with the what ifs and struggling with trying to be polite while also being direct, while also being open to getting to know someone, while also being committed to getting to know one person in particular. I mean, it was something that kind of created my entire story.
Yeah.
There was one Bachelorette. A lot of people don't know, but I actually originally was casted for the season prior.
Wow.
So that's when the producers originally got in touch with me. I think it was Katie's or Claire's season, and they called me and said, this season isn't a good match. We'll probably get another one. Works out. Wow. So that's when they recalled me for the double Bachelorette season, and I guess now it makes sense. You know, I mean, the stars aligned for whatever reason to where I was put in a position that made for interesting TV, I guess. It was kind of tough on me, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was really interesting just watching you on there with the two Bachelorettes because you made it really far, and then you got so-called COVID. So let's talk about that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I did get COVID. The show was very good at being on top of it. I mean, this was pretty soon after the pandemic, so they were very good, as any production company would be at this point, at testing people and being very thorough. We had multiple tests, and we were very, very well looked after in terms of making sure that everyone was safe. So at one point, I was getting ready for a cocktail party. I got a knock on my door, and it was one of the production members saying, "Come out of your room. We just got back to your tests. You got positive. Tested more and more times, over and over again to make sure, but you cannot come out of your room." Wow. And of course, my first thought was, what about the cocktail party? What about Gabby? What about, I'm supposed to talk to her about my feelings tonight? Little did I know I wouldn't see them again. Was me being in my room, putting my tie on. That was it. And a couple other members of production did get COVID as well. So a lot of people, I think why people think it was so strange. First of all, it's strange because the way it was edited, right?
Yeah.
The way it was shown on TV, it was like a lot of question marks and a lot of ambiguity, and it was like a very strange way to go about it. But in terms of the reality of it, a couple of people from production got it, and I got it. And as you can see, Greer on Zach's season got it. It happens.
Yeah.
It just happened to me, which at a weird time made it look really fishy.
Yes, very.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm glad you brought up Greer. When she got COVID on the show, it was through how it all kind of came about was through Zoom. Yeah. Like her conversation with Zach, and then she got sent home through Zoom, and I was just like, that's got to be tough.
Yeah, I think maybe after what happened to me, they were like, well, people were kind of weirded out by Logan's strange exit, so maybe we should try and do Zoom. But I'm not sure that made any better.
Do you think, since you did get COVID, do you think things would have been different for you if you didn't get COVID? Do you think you would have made it further, or how do you play that all out in your head? I mean, recent events, I'm sure you've heard Gabby has kind of made a revelation and come out, and everyone's very supportive of that. So, there's a lot of what ifs, but at the same time, she had something inside her that was, waiting for the right timing to come to light, and whether it was to herself or to the public. And so there's no real what ifs for me. Yeah. I mean, she's happy and she's found something she's in love with, so there's no part of me that's like, dang, if I was healthy. Yeah. Everything happens for a reason, and she's happy on that. So. I strongly agree with that one there. But actually on the show, you made some good friends. Actually, how we met at an event about 2 months ago, which is crazy because time goes by so fast now, Eric and Meatball, and you're really good friends with them. So how did that friendship all come about? I know there's so many of you guys on the show, and the show tries to make, sometimes a vendetta, guys against each other, but from what I've seen, outside of the show, it doesn't necessarily seem like that. So how did that start?
Not at all. I mean, I just, on my drive here, I called and talked to Tino Franco for 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
The whole drive. I love the guy. Yeah. Tino, Eric, Tyler, Aiden. These guys are some of my best friends.
Oh, wow.
And it feels a lot like summer camp. And it sounds silly. But, okay, so picture this. We filmed Bachelorette for almost 3 months. We filmed Paradise for a little over 2 months. So that's 5 months of not having a phone. You're not allowed to have a phone when you're on the show. So I spent almost half a year with no phone. And so when you're in an isolated area, you got no phone, and you're with these guys, it's like you're at summer camp. All you do, you sing songs, you talk about when you were a kid, you talk about the highs, the lows, the heartbreaks. You get to know each other at 3 times the speed. Oh, wow. As if we were in regular society where there's so many distractions and so many different avenues to meet people and different activities. It's like we're going to do the same thing for 5 months with no distractions. You become super close. It's like a sports team or a camp or something.
Yeah. Well, it's just so interesting because on the show, you don't get that vibe. Like just watching it on TV, but right. From what you said, you get a different perspective of it. So after The Bachelorette, how long was it till you got the call for Bachelor in Paradise?
Almost immediately. I can't speak for the show, but I'm sure there was a part. I was disappointed, as you would imagine, that my journey to get to know someone to continue was cut short by this strange thing, kind of stillness, which I didn't even have any real symptoms, by the way. It was like asymptomatic, so I felt okay. I was a little sleepy, but I was so disappointed that it ended there. I think maybe they felt the same. They wanted to give me another shot at it, so almost immediately, hey, this didn't work out. Come to Paradise, and I was like, okay, well, I'm kind of still getting over this one. Give me a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So I went home. I went to the gym. Caught up with my parents. I got to see my niece. A couple weeks went by, and I was like, well, maybe give another shot. Obviously, the girls from The Bachelorette gave her another shot, and they continued on. The show didn't stop. It wasn't me, so I guess I don't need to stop dead in my tracks. Maybe I'll keep looking too, So it was pretty immediate.
And your time on Bachelor in Paradise, what did you take away from it from the beginning to the end and till now? What kind of sticks with you? Because I know there was a lot of controversy and that's your personal stuff with an individual on the show and stuff, and there was a lot that went on there. But what is something that you took away from it that you learned and you were like, this still sticks with me today?
We're talking about Kate.
Yeah.
In terms of personal stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to kind of leave that in the back because it's not a big deal. I'm going to talk to him about it on other podcasts. I've never, in terms of how I left in any of the ones I did on the show, there's not one of them that I would trash or talk badly about or try and jab or anything like that. We're put in extreme circumstances where the most extreme corners of your personality come out. It's there's so much pressure. There's a clock ticking, of course, with close ceremonies where you have to get someone to a decision and you want to be someone who's chosen. You know how good it feels to be chosen in any part of your life. Yeah.
When it's so public, when you're either rejected or chosen in front of millions of people, it's your reaction is tenfold. If you're rejected on national television and your mom told you were the most handsome boy that ever lived, or your mom told your dad told you were daddy's little girl and you're a princess, and then you get rejected on TV, it's it brings out emotions of extreme sadness or anger even, and so anyone who's had a tough go or a great go on the show, take it with a grain of salt, man. I mean, these are situations that the public has never really experienced, and it's very unique circumstances. But I learned a lot. I learned about myself that I always prided myself on being easygoing, and I don't want to step on someone's toes. And I know how bad rejection hurts, but I learned from being on Paradise, a more quick sting, and it's much better to immediately put the fire out and drag someone politely upon knowing that than it is to kind of put it lightly and not clearly and drag it out and cause someone to have a kind of gray area. Do they like me? You need to tell them straight up.
Yeah.
They're not going to be happy about it, but at least they'll know. Yeah. And that's something I learned about myself. Sometimes I can be a little, in my mind, I know what I'm thinking.
Yeah, of course.
What I'm communicating to them is kind of on the fence. Oh, he's nice to me. He doesn't seem to be pushing me away. Maybe he's into it, but I don't know.
No, you're 100% right, because on TV we see it completely different. You say what's pictured in your mind and kind of what goes on, but TV it's totally different.
Yeah.
From what they make it out to be. Of course, it's edited, it's produced, it's for catered to the TV, but from just what you said, it just seems totally different. It just seems like it's living normally.
Oh yeah, I mean, from the viewer's eye.
Yeah.
You're looking at these two people sitting on a rock hanging out, but from the person sitting on the rock, there's 6 cameras, and you got mic'd up, and you've been up for 23 hours, and this person is going to make a decision that's going to change the whole trip for you. And I don't know, there's just a lot more on the line between this. At the same time, you just got to have fun with it.
Yeah.
You feel that pressure for the first couple weeks, and then at some point, you just go, whatever, dude. you just go, you know what? You can tell by the way we look, too. Like, I think right when you get on the show, first couple weeks, very, very grim, very proper, especially in Paradise. And then you just start sweating. And then it's like week 5, you're just a mess. You have like a black eye, bug bites, your hair's all messed up. You just start to say like, whatever people think of me at this point, I'm not going to change it. So I am what I am,
No, that's fun. Have you watched this season at all, or have you caught up with the season?
You talking about
Bachelor in Paradise? Yeah, you watch
President?
Yeah, this season right now. Are you watching it or no?
No, you know what? I haven't been watching it. I have some people who are really very special people that are on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Very close with Tyler and Eamon. They live walking distance to me, so
wow.
I'm thinking a lot. I've met and spent time with career. I think it's really a special person.
Yeah.
I know a couple of people on the show, like Rachel's on Paradise.
Yeah.
But I've decided to kind of forego watching it for a while. I was so close to it for so long. I just needed a little space from it. But, I support my friends. I hope all those people I mentioned are having a good experience, because I know it can be tough.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that, like, you're kind of like taking a break from it, which is understandable. I mean, you were on Bachelor, you're on Bachelor in Paradise, so like I can completely understand, taking a break from it. But what's a common misperception about Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, or just reality TV shows in general? Like, what's one thing just like people get completely wrong about?
I think one thing people need to keep in mind is if you've made a hard decision on someone on the screen, it's probably because you've been led to that decision by the editing, by the narrative, by the show. Although you do have free will and you're on the show and you're behaving in a way that you are choosing, there has to be that guy. There has to be a character arc. There has to be a redemption or a fall from grace. Like, these are things that make a good story that are necessary for good TV. But if there isn't one of those things, they won't make one of those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
100%.
So keep that in mind when you're judging these people. When you're saying terrible things about these people online, remember that, like, you're being pointed this direction, and this is a show, it's a lot, like, from just listening to you, it's a lot different than what you think of it. When you actually hear people from the show and they have given their perspective like you're like, okay, it's not as exactly what I'm watching and what I'm thinking it's going to be. Yeah, and I know it's a fun, silly show.
Yeah.
And, just remember to take it for what it is. It's a fun, silly show, and it's fun to be on, but there's some hardcore fans out there.
Yeah, there is. I mean, you're always on, like, you're on TikTok, and you search your name, and there's a lot of, like, videos, like, Logan Seagull, Bachelorette. So, like you said, when you were in the hot seat, Bachelor in Paradise, like, ending, basically. So, I mean, like you said, that's just kind of just how it is. Yeah, but people get hardcore, and I mean, it's how it is.
It's part of the fun, I guess.
Agreed. So, last part of the Bachelor, Bachelorette in Paradise, I always get those, like, names because there's so many of them. But for you, what was the most embarrassing moment out of Bachelorette or Bachelor in Paradise for you?
The one that got my heart it was two. That got my heart pounding the most. Yeah. Right when we get to the mansion for Bachelorette, I'm looking around. All the guys there are just, like, beautiful human beings. I saw my buddy Harry. He's like 6'4", shredded. Tino looks like a movie star. He looks like a Franco actor. Everyone's just like, I'm like, dude, my competition is like stiff. I was like, I'm gonna be out week 1. That's what I thought. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And then they brought out this bag of Speedos, and they throw the Speedos on the table. And they're like, you guys are doing a Speedo competition. And, like, dude, I don't know. I work out. I'm in decent shape, but these guys are like personal trainers and stuff. So I was like, whatever. I'm gonna just, like, I kind of reached that point we were talking about. I was like, I'm gonna just, like, go hard, and I'm here. I took work off for this. Like, I'm just, like, dive into it, and I ended up being the first person to win the Speedo competition.
Yes.
It's like me and like 200 people. But that was when I was like, what have I got myself into? I was like, my grandmother was going to watch this. I'm going to be dancing on the Speedo. National TV, 4 million people. I was a respected professional about 2 weeks ago. So So that was like the most like heart pounding moment at first. After that, I got a lot more comfortable because I let loose and it worked out. I think after that, when I was in Paradise and I got Lace's name wrong, I called her Luce.
Oh, jeez.
Because I thought her name was Lucy. Like I said, I don't watch the show.
Yeah.
I'm not like a guy who's been watching for years. So I didn't watch her season. I didn't know who she was. I was just talking to her for the first time. Though I know her name starts with an L. It's Lucy. And I think someone called her Luce as like a nickname, like, oh, Luce. So I called her Luce. She goes, what did you just call me? And I'm like, my heart was stuck. I was like, I got it wrong. I guessed confidently. And I got it wrong. She went off on me because I called her the wrong name. And I was like, oh, what a terrible start to Paradise. I'd been there like 2 hours. I already got chewed out. I was like, what have I done?
Oh, jeez.
But she's actually a good friend now. She's pregnant. She's had her first child. And I just want to say congratulations to Ace. Yeah, she's a good person. It's kind of a funny way to start a friendship.
So moving away from the Bachelorette, the Bachelor in Paradise, life is, can take you in so many different directions. But for you, talk about some of the highs and lows of just like your life and, kind of, because I saw, some interesting stuff and you moved to California, and you just didn't really have a plan in place, and which was really interesting. And I really, really liked that one a lot. And, you've kind of defeated the odds and remained humble. So talk about some of the experiences of the highs and lows of life.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I did. I grew up in Arizona, desert kid, and I played college football at Northern Arizona University. Got a degree. After that, I kind of followed the rule book up to that point. I did things that my parents said were the right things, and I was like, well, what now? I want to live a life that feels unique and unlikely and exciting. I want to have an adventure. So I decided I was kind of a skater kid growing up. I loved the beach, I loved surfing, and I loved art, and I loved movies. I had a camera and I wanted to use it, and so I packed my car one trip, went to San Diego. I became a cameraman for the news station. I ended up being a Padres cameraman for the Major League Baseball team. I worked my way up from there to a commercial studio. It took me all the way up. Now I'm doing some real estate stuff and being photography, videography, as well as some leasing for a real estate company. So I took a road that was less traveled, and it worked out. It's been so fun. Yeah. It's been the most exciting way to live. Awesome. There's been some times where the bank account was really dry.
Yeah, especially being out here.
Yeah.
Gosh.
There was some times where I was, I had to get the dog walking app and make a couple extra bucks on weekends. There's times where I, hit the pawn shop and
do what you got to do.
Got rid of some stuff at the pawn shop.
Yeah.
But that's what's interesting is when I went to Paradise, I love telling that story because I was so proud of it. Yeah, I would tell it to anyone. I mean, I wouldn't boast it, but if someone asked you, "What do you do?" I was proud to say, "I busted my ass, and now I'm doing well, and I'm so excited about it." And I would throw in there too. I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't say I'm driving a Bentley. I'm still driving an old Nissan.
Who cares?
But I love where I'm headed.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I watched, obviously, what the kid had said, that for the first time ever, I felt a little embarrassment for what I did, or for the car I drove, or for where I was in life. I felt that before. I was so proud of it before. And so it was a little bit of a hiccup where I had to regain my confidence. But wait, no, it is a good thing. Anybody who cares even a little bit is going to be proud of it, is not ashamed of it. Anyways, I don't think Kate, the person who said those things, I think she's a good person. And, I think she's doing well. But it took me a second to kind of regain that sureness that I was like, oh, this is a good thing that you've come this far. You don't need to change it up. You don't need to make a car payment you can't afford. You don't need to live in a penthouse or anything. Like, you're doing great. So, it's been a fun journey with my career.
So, sports, we talk about that on the show a lot. Yeah. We talked about that briefly. So how did you even get the Padres job? Because there's so many people that want jobs in sports, and how did that even come about for you?
Yeah, the Padres cameraman thing was awesome. It was just for one season, but it was I was a cameraman for the news, and there's a lot of tight connections in San Diego. Yes. A lot of people who work at news have to get different camera angles, set up different interview setups, and so forth. And the skill set translates really easily into sports. So when the job opened up, they saw the news station I worked at. One of the guys who was a cameraman worked at that news station. It was an easy transition. But yeah, that was kind of a quick step in my career, and then I immediately after that started doing some commercial work in the studio, which was fun too.
That's awesome. So recently, actually last month, you went to the Rams game, and that was really cool to see. You partnered with Toyota SoCal. So how did that all come about for you?
Yeah, I was so excited. I got to give the game ball at the Rams game, and I met Terry Crews. That dude's the man. That dude is exactly how you think he'd be. He was like a kind guy, got a big smile. He I think at halftime, he did like the white chicks dance.
Oh, jeez.
He did like the whole Terry Crews thing. He was awesome. And just being at the Rams game and being able to be part of that was so fun. I got to do it with him. Yeah, good buddies. So we just handed. I wasn't sure what that meant, giving the game ball. I was like, do I get to give it to a player? I was like, what does that even mean? Turns out giving the game ball is handing the ball to the mascot.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I got that. I think it's cool. I think his name's Rampage, the Ram. So I was just like, here you go.
Yeah, and you had the Rams jersey on too. You had the Seagull and everything. So it was cool. They hooked you up.
Oh, they hooked it up. It's awesome.
That's awesome. But even actually recently, even with some more sports, last weekend you were at South Bend, Notre Dame, partnered with Teelingwhiskey, right?
That's right.
So how did that come about? Because that was really cool. I saw you like that, and it was even a good game.
It was a great game. Teeling was incredible. They share a lot of really positive stances on character and on tradition and being a unique brand like Notre Dame does. As you know, Notre Dame's independent. They're not even in a conference.
It's crazy.
They're all about tradition. That whole campus is like an artifact. Wow. Everything, whether it's stone that's been imported from France or a player who walked that same block back in 1860. It's so much tradition. Kind of Teeling shared that kind of tradition with the way they make the whiskey. And so they made a partnership together, Teeling and Notre Dame, and they decided I was someone might fit into that and might be able to represent that. So they put me out for the game. Got to get a good look at two potential Heisman Trophy winners play ball. It was a great game, and those fans are into it. Those fans do not mess around. They are headstrong. South Bend fans.
Did you get the vibe of when you were at Notre Dame Stadium, Rudy, and did you feel that whole sense?
Yeah.
That whole does it feel like that kind of?
Yes. So you went on the field and Justin Tuck, Hall of Fame pass rusher, was talking to us, and he goes, "Do you guys know why there's diagonal lines in the end zone?" No. He goes, "Well, the school was opened in 1847. There's 18 lines in the end zone, all at 47 degrees." So everything has reason, everything has tradition, everything has reason. It's all everything's hundreds of years old. It's wow. Yeah, it's crazy. It's got to be haunted also.
It could be. Did you see the monumental steps with the sign? How they always they always show that commercial breaks.
Yeah, you talking about play like a champion?
Yes, play like a champion. Yes,
yeah.
I saw that.
I did see that. I got to be honest with you, though. I'm a little embarrassed to say I haven't seen Rudy.
Oh,
I know.
You got okay. So after this podcast, your homework is you got to watch Rudy.
I need to watch Rudy.
Such a good movie.
Apparently, it's great.
You've never seen Rudy?
Never seen Rudy.
Oh my gosh, I think it's one of the best sports movies of all time.
Remember the Titans.
That too. Miracle is a good one.
Okay, here's a curveball. I feel like Warrior. You seen Warrior, the fighting movie?
With is that with Christian Bale?
No.
Oh, I don't think I've seen it then.
It's a school teacher and a war veteran are brothers, and they fight in the UFC against each other.
No, I've never seen it.
It's so good.
Who's in it?
Tom Hardy.
Oh, yes, I've seen it.
So good.
That's a really good one.
That's number one for me, I think.
That's a good one. That's your number one?
Yeah.
Okay, fair. I'm going to go with Miracle because I played hockey, so I'll go with Miracle on that one.
Fair.
All right, we're going to briefly go to the NFL here. The recent buzz in the NFL,
mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce. I got to get your opinion on it.
Let's get into it.
What are you feeling? What are you thinking? How are you feeling about this whole Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce thing with the NFL?
It's interesting. I
can't tell if it's legit.
I don't know.
I mean, when the cameras go off and they're like sitting in an Arby's together and a late night snack, is the magic still there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are they a couple who, when they are at the DMV and one of them has to get their license renewed, like the other one's sticking around? Like, these are things that are real relationship deals.
Yeah.
But it's like, are those two, is this for the cameras? Are they legit? I hope it's legit because they're cute. They're cute.
They are. And I was like the whole, like in the beginning of it, the friendship bracelet and...
They have friendship bracelets.
Well, Travis tried to give her a friendship bracelet, like going to when she was on tour.
Isn't that's a friend zone, though?
Well, the Swifties will come after me because I'll probably get some of this wrong. They already did. We posted a clip and I said, Taylor's on tour this weekend. I got the dates wrong and they came from my head in the comments. Yeah, I accidentally messed up. She's actually supposed to be at the game today. But I completely disregarded that. I thought she was on tour this weekend. She's on tour, and November 9th she starts, but okay. I got the dates wrong. It was 2024 that she's going to be in Miami, not this weekend. So they already came from my head, so I'm already like in the Swiftie like jail. All right, so yeah, we were talking about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift,
right? And
if we think this relationship is real, and the Swifties coming after me because I got the tour dates wrong. You were saying that they were basically... You know, is it real if they're an Arby's or a DMV or anything like that?
Right.
So, I don't know. The Swifties think that they're going to get married. They're like, this is her forever person.
I'll tell you what, that's very convenient for the brands. I'm like, it's doing incredible things, probably for both of them. Like, the crossover of these two audiences, unspeakable. Insane. However, there's a chance it's legit.
I think it is.
Yeah?
I think, Logan, from what I've seen, and, there's a lot of reality bugs out there, people online and stuff. Some people say they've been dating for a while now.
Really?
And it's just now starting to come into play. Yeah, some people say they've been dating for quite some time, but it's slowly starting to come into play now. I mean, Logan... You understand relationships probably a lot more than I do. She met his parents. They were like hanging out together. They've got to be dating. They were holding hands in New York City. I mean, spending time before the game. He's supposed to be going on tour with her. Like, they're definitely dating.
Okay, well, have they been to a pumpkin patch?
I don't know.
There's your answer.
Taylor
Swift is not one to pass through a pumpkin patch.
Are you a Swiftie?
I'm not, to be honest with you. I respect it.
Okay.
All right. I respect it.
Yeah.
Don't come after me.
It's just, you never know. You never know.
She's not on my playlist, but she's got some bops.
Yeah.
I think if it was real, they'd be at a pumpkin patch together.
Oh my God.
That's, am I wrong?
Hey, you might.
People who are going to get married go to pumpkin patches.
Never been. I went to a pumpkin patch with my friends in high school. The guys.
Yeah.
Not the girls.
Okay.
So I've never had that romantic feel of going to a pumpkin patch with just a single lady.
Yeah. If you're in love, you put on like a cardigan and you go to a pumpkin patch and you take like 10,000 pictures. That's like a rule somewhere, I think.
Really?
Yeah. So if Taylor and Kelce are legit, if we see those pictures, like it's happening.
All right.
If we see those pictures. If not, I don't know.
I'll take your word for it. Halloween's coming around the corner.
Yeah.
What are you dressing up this year for Halloween?
Oof.
Can you spill, or are you still keeping it under wraps because you're trying to surprise people?
No. There's no wraps.
Okay.
Still brainstorming.
Okay.
I think maybe Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, that is so...
It's kind of cool.
It's cool. Kind of hard though.
Yeah, that's true. But if I had some jean shorts, leather's best. Like, that's all I need.
Yeah, it's so easy.
I'm really going for convenience.
Yeah.
There's the bed sheet with like the holes cut out for the eyes. That's pretty convenient. Then there's Stone Cold. That's like next up.
That's a good one. I thought about, this is so generic. This is so like on brand. Ken.
Dude, I mean, that's like yeah.
But like classic Ken though, not the movie Barbie Ken, like brown hair Ken.
I mean, if you're going to do Ken, the Ken people know. The Ken people are familiar with now.
They know. I don't know what else to be. Last year I did Elvis and I did Top Gun. That was cool. Top Gun was really generic.
Oh, I can see Elvis. That's cool.
I did that last year. My mom actually, she put maple syrup in my hair to make it stick out.
What? Yeah. Is that what Elvis did?
Yeah, I guess so.
Dang, dude, that guy loves some syrup, huh?
Yeah. Oh, that was a funny one. I did two Elvis costumes. I did the one from the movie. Did you see the movie?
No.
Oh, you gotta watch that. You got HBO Max or
yeah?
You gotta watch that. It's a good movie.
Dude, I have trouble with timepieces.
Really?
Especially if I know how it's gonna end.
Yeah.
Like I know Elvis dies. Dude.
Yeah, I know. I watched the movie 3 times. I watched it 3 times. My mom cried like both the time. She's like a huge, Elvis is right there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. You only pass through the Listen Live once, you don't come back for an encore, Elvis Presley. Are you not an Elvis guy, or you are?
I like his music. I'm more of a, you get into like Billy Joel.
Okay, yeah.
That's kind of where I set up camp. Billy Joel, kind of like Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
Kind of
classics.
Karaoke classics like that.
This is perfect that this is kind of intertwined. We're talking about music. You actually have a music career.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
Okay, that was probably the most surprising part of the whole experience.
Yeah.
I didn't tell anyone that I played music because I wasn't that confident in it. It wasn't like something that I would like put at the forefront of my resume, dating wise or like otherwise.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of inspiration and time after the show.
Yeah.
So I just started recording some of my stuff, and I made one song called Machine Heart that I was like, I like it. And my family was like, my sister's like one of my best friends. She's like, this is like, why wouldn't you share this? This is good. So I put it out. All I did was like make a story post about it.
Yeah.
I was like, I wasn't even headstrong enough to be like, make a real post about it. I like posted it on my story, and it like did super well. It got like 100,000 streams in like the first like month and a half.
Wow.
And so I was so encouraged by that. All of a sudden, this thing that I like kind of tucked away and didn't talk about, I was like very encouraged about. And so I had another song already recorded called You Never Called Me on My Birthday. And that one kind of like took it to the next level because I dropped that one pretty close to my birthday. And I had a lot of people looking at my profile just because I was on the show at the time. They got a lot of listens, and then people started like covering the song. Like I had people sending me videos of them playing the song. And
wow.
This girl was like, oh, my boyfriend learned your song and he wanted to play it, so here's him playing it. And people liked it enough to that was like the most touching thing for me, because I wouldn't consider myself some big artist or anything, but if someone likes it enough to learn it, that meant so much to me. I was like, I never thought I would even record the song, nonetheless have someone else learn it and learn the lyrics and everything. So after that, I released just a little EP, 5 songs called See You Never. It's almost got 500,000 streams today, so I'm really proud of that. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Man, I just can't believe that it's gotten the support it has, and I feel so humbled by it and also excited. And I actually, it went full circle. After I released See You Never, I got hit up to do a show in Pacific Beach.
Oh, wow.
In San Diego at one of my favorite bars. Hit me up and said, hey, let's do a concert. And I played the concert, and I got an encore, and it sold out. And I was just like, wow. I was so shook because I don't have like an incredible singing voice. I'm not like a John Mayer lyricist or guitarist or anything, but I just wrote kind of a couple catchy songs that were true to myself, and it did well. And I'm like, wow, maybe I'll just keep going, just because it was so fun, and it was so it was all authentic. I wasn't writing trying to be like someone else. It was all stuff I had written myself, and so I'm gonna keep it going. I'm producing my own stuff now.
Wow.
I'm working on a new project. It's called Run Like the Wind, and I like that one. I'm really excited. I got a couple more shows I'm planning on this year, and I'm just going to see where it takes me, man. It's been fun, so why not keep it going? Also, shout out to Eric for supporting me there too. Eric was one of those guys where I was like, well, I don't know if I want to, feel like it's embarrassed. I've never released music. And he was like, dude, do it. It's good. I like it. He made a post about it before I did. Eric posted about my music before I even was sure about doing that. So he kind of was someone who helped me kind of lean into it as well. So thanks, Eric.
Yeah, no, I listened to your music earlier today, and it's good.
Thanks.
It's a nice like pop vibe. It's kind of chill. It's nothing too over the top. I like it.
Thank you.
So yeah, I wish you nothing but the best in the music career. And I really think, I've always said this too, like people that are passionate about their craft and their career, and like once they settle into it, they feel so much better about it. And now, like you said, you're feeling like more confident. You're like, you're owning it, own it because it's yours. Yeah. Nobody can take that away from you. That's yours. Yeah. So I really like that a lot. And it's really cool you brought up, Eric, you had somebody in your corner that's like, go for it, man. Yeah. You have nothing to lose. Yeah. If you don't do it, you're never going to know. Yeah. If you don't take that leap or that extra mile, how are you going to know?
For sure.
So that's awesome. But food, we like to talk about food on the show. Okay. And I've seen some of your TikTok videos with your food and some stitches that are pretty funny. So you tried, I saw that one video, the sardines video.
Oh, okay.
That's absolutely disgusting, Logan. Talk about that.
Okay, fine.
That's so gross.
Dude, people hate that I like sardines now.
You do?
Okay, kind of.
I'm putting you on blast. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
All right, so this girl who worked out at the gym with me, I kind of had a crush on her. She comes in to the gym and she's in like incredible shape.
Yeah.
And she has like 3 cans of sardines and she's just housing them like with her hand, like
what?
Hands almost. Yeah, like just.
Oh my god.
Just getting after it. Whoa, what's the deal there? Straight sardines, huh? She was like, yeah, these are like in terms of quick protein, this is like the best you can do almost.
Oh my gosh.
Aside from like a protein shake.
Yeah, of course.
But she's like, these like have a lot of like nutrients and protein that are very valuable. And so that stuck with me. I've been on a fitness kick. Of course, like your phone always listens to you and like this little thing comes up for like a discount for like sardines dipped in hot sauce. So of course I didn't just order a can, I ordered like a 12-pack.
Oh my goodness.
So now I feel like I have to eat them all. But yeah, I'm trying to eat these sardines for this protein. So I made a little video just kind of like giving it a score and everything. Yeah, not good for the breath. I would say pack some Mentos if you're gonna eat some Tabasco flavored sardines.
They're Tabasco flavored?
Or they're like dipped in like Tabasco
hot sauce. I saw.
That's like marinated in it. That's some hot fish.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's some spicy fish.
It's just sardines. They're just raw. It's just raw fish.
Yeah, that's like, it's
absolutely nasty.
I don't know what I expected besides this, but it's straight up whole fish resting in a can, just like marinated in vinegar. Also,
I thought I was bad. I like Dinty Moore. If you had that,
what is that?
It's like beef stew out of a can.
Okay, beef stew.
It's just it's like trashy like beef stew. It's like $2 at the grocery store.
How do you get that fancy name?
Dinty Moore? Yeah. That's the name of it.
It's like some French.
No, it's like my dad and I like it. My mom, she would walk by and she's like, I'm gagging because it's that bad.
Really?
I don't think it's that bad. It's literally just carrots, potatoes, and meat.
Dude, that's
Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, right? It's really not even that bad. But sardines, never had them. Don't plan on it.
I would have brought you a can. I'm trying to get rid of this 12-pack.
No, you got to eat them.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to eat them, and then you got to let me know how it is. But a few fun food questions for you. Pepsi or Coca-Cola?
Coke.
Hot or iced coffee?
Hot. I'm in Arizona. Hot.
What's your go-to coffee order?
Give me that vanilla sugar-free latte.
From Starbucks or anywhere?
Yeah, honestly, McDonald's coffee is very good. I know.
No, I hate McDonald's coffee. No, it's disgusting.
It's pretty good.
It's cheap, but it's horrible.
And if you have the app,
yeah.
Look at me plug in McDonald's.
Yeah, right? Yeah, honestly.
If you have the app, you get $1 coffee at McDonald's.
Oh my gosh. You're going to make me go to McDonald's and grab a coffee. Yeah, if you have the app. McDonald's is such a guilty pleasure, though.
Yeah, just a pleasure for me, really.
It's one of those things where it's like once in a while, like a Big Mac is so fire once in a while.
Oh my god! Except for sometimes they step out of bounds and they try to be like a spicy fish sandwich or like some like crazy dish. They're like, burritos or something like that. Like, what are you doing?
Two things about McDonald's. One, they got rid of the snack wrap. They had the grilled and they had the crispy. I used to love the crispy snack wrap.
See, that's kind of out of bounds for me.
Really? You don't like it?
It's like you're at McDonald's, dude. Get a burger. Get a burger and fries.
Okay, fine. Big Mac, I'll go. I used to get a double burger with ketchup only, no cheese. I hate their cheese. It's absolutely disgusting.
Oh, it's straight up Elmer's glue.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's like the most slimy. It's not cheese.
No, they would sometimes put the cheese on there, and I would literally pick the fry and pick it off. Like take the fry and just pick that cheese off because it would just gross me out.
Take it off for the fry.
Yeah, just a rake. You can just like literally rake it off because it's that bad. What's your favorite fast food place?
Okay, this one, it's very slept on. Okay. I think it deserves more credit. Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box is so good. Actually, speaking of health, Jack in the Box has egg roll. I know. I was just talking about going out of bounds. Jack in the Box has an egg roll, pork egg roll. Delicious. 15 grams of protein per egg roll.
Oh, what are you saying right now?
I'm saying that this is a good lunch. You get a sugar-free iced tea and 3 egg rolls from Jack in the Box. That's like 50 grams of protein. No sugar.
I told myself last week when I heard this story about Jack in the Box, this is like a really nasty story. I didn't really want to like say it because it makes me like uncomfortable. Supposedly there was something that happened with the food recently, like at one of their restaurants basically or locations. And I just thought to myself, I don't think I'll ever be eating Jack in the Box again. But it happens at all fast food places. But before that, I was like, I kind of like the tacos, the mini tacos, but don't know. I'm not from the West Coast, so Jack in the Box isn't like that. I love Chick-fil-A. That's gotta be that's my go-to. I like that's fast food, but it's like I guess like higher end fast food.
Yeah, there's something about Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A knows it's better than everyone. It's almost
they do.
It's outside of the group.
Not even open on Sundays.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A sits at a different lunch table than McDonald's. Burger.
They really do. I would put Chipotle and Chick-fil-A like right in the same kind of category.
Yeah. Right below like Red Robin and like TGI Fridays.
Oh my god. Applebee's.
Yeah, Applebee's.
Chili's. Applebee's. My friend was talking, we were talking about Chili's last night. Yeah. Chili's now, if you're not a member or you're not part of their program, they charge you for the chips and salsa.
They have a membership?
Well, it's like if you're not part of the rewards program or whatever, they charge you for chips and salsa. So you have to go to Chili's and you have to say I'm a member, or you're like be part of the program where you don't get free chips and salsa.
Dang, dude. So you got to be a Costco member and a Chili's member.
Basically, yeah. Did you just bring up Costco?
Yeah.
I am a big Costco fan. Like I love Costco. Costco, you got to get the $4.99 rotisserie chicken.
Oh, yeah.
The best thing there. I think it's the best thing there. I'll be walking around Costco and I'll be promoting the $4.99 rotisserie chicken.
Sure. I just don't even understand fiscally how it's possible to have a rotisserie style chicken for $4.99.
That's what I'm saying. How?
Just to raise the chicken. That's to cost more than $5.
That and like you can go to Costco and you can like be like fine for the day. You can like load up on this like free food.
Oh, you're not allowed to make it rounds.
The samples and then they got the concession stand. You go on some trashy pizza and you get the parfait yogurt and you can be there all day.
I have a business idea.
Go for it.
I think Costco should do breakfast because their cafe opens at like 11.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're an early riser and you want a little coffee, a little breakfast sandwich, and Costco gets on that, like $1.50 breakfast sandwich, I'm all over it. I would be there so quick. So think about it, Costco.
That's a good idea. If you think about it, breakfast. I mean, they got the yogurt.
That's not breakfast.
No, I know it's not. It's not. You can have it any time of the day.
You're talking about the ice cream parfait thing?
Yeah. That's not breakfast. No, it's not. No, but the pizza's pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. I'll take that over like Little Caesars for sure.
I take that over Domino's. My friend, he ordered us Domino's last week and he's like all excited. He got like a whole tray of it. He's like, I ordered the brownies and the pasta. I'm like, who the hell orders pasta from Domino's in the first place? That's just like like you say, out of bounds. That's just a complete red flag right there.
It's like, that's not what they're known for. I didn't even know they offered that.
They have the brownies, they have the pasta, but
getting some bolognese from
no
thanks.
I used to order the Domino's. I get the crispy. Is it the crispy? No, it's like I just get like all the toppings, I guess, besides like pineapple and like jalapenos. It would be like pretty good. Get that ranch, like a pizza ranch guy.
Yeah.
Are you a pizza ranch guy?
Yeah, honestly, big condiment guy all around the board.
Okay.
I gotta have it like dripping in sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
So when your outfit's dripped out in sauce, you're even dripped out in more sauce with the condiment bottle.
I know, but it's like a double negative because you get the food sauce on your outfit sauce. Both of them are over and done with.
Are you a vodka or tequila person?
So in San Diego, it's like everyone drinks tequila.
Really?
Yeah. It's like if someone offers to buy you a shot, it's like assumed that it's tequila in San Diego. No one really drinks vodka down there.
Wow.
I know.
What's your tequila? You like?
I would say 1800 probably.
Yeah.
Silver.
Okay. Have you had 818? Camel Genesis tequila. It's pretty good. I tried it being out here. It's pretty smooth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like the biggest alcohol drinker, but I tried it and I was like, I drank it like it just like did a shot of it, like just like smooth. I was like, wow, it's really not even that bad.
Yeah, I don't know the science behind it, but for some reason everyone says tequila's like best for hangovers.
Really?
Have you heard this?
No.
Yeah, apparently it's like the only spirit that like will spare you a hangover. Or at least soften the blow. But
jeez. Well, I think a little liquid IV, water.
Yeah.
maybe run around the block a few times. And so you just sit there, stale, for a long day.
Yeah.
And as long as you don't have Kirkland tequila from Costco.
Yeah.
That's some trashy tequila right there.
Put that in your car and get 33 to the gallon.
Or you guys don't drink vodka in San Diego, but the vodka over there in Costco.
Yeah.
My buddy was like, "Oh, it's like Grey Goose." No, it's not. I'm like, no, that's like gasoline. Yeah, that is whatever you want to call it. So, before we do wrap up, for my guests and my listeners, I always like for them to just kind of basically always say this. What is something that, I don't know, I'm just drawing a blank here for a second because this is one I always really ask, but it's a super important one. What is something that you think somebody could take away from this podcast that you have shared throughout the episode, or just something that you would like to get off your chest that you've just been thinking about lately, just about life?
Trying to do more with mental health.
Yeah.
I think it's a space that is kind of glazed over, kind of looked over a lot. There's a lot of lonely men out there nowadays, kind of lost. Not excluding myself at one point, I want people to know that there's services that they can use to talk to if they are struggling with mental health. But you're never as long as you feel. So, if you need help, reach out. Find someone to talk to. I have a couple services in my bio. Yeah, it's not as bad as you think. It will be better.
I like that one a lot. And recently on the podcast, this is before we get to the 5 questions, we've really tried to take a deeper dive into finding a healthy balance between life, work schedule, and social media. But for you, how do you find that healthy balance between all the stuff you've done with Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, social media, traveling, content creation, life, everything, just kind of in a nutshell? Like, how do you find a healthy balance between all of those?
Definitely schedule and repetition. If you are, say, freelancing every single day where there's no pattern, there's no consistency, you will feel so lost. If you start to wake up at the same time every day, you start to go to the gym at the same time every day, even if it's not your best workout, you showed up when you said you were going to show up, you left when you said, and you make sure you call your parents once a week, or you make sure that there's a consistent timeline of when you're supposed to do things. It helps so much to keep things organized. And you'll find you actually have more free time because you knock stuff out when you're supposed to. There's no oh shoot, I forgot to blank, So I'd say schedule.
Yeah.
Schedule's how I keep things in order.
Yeah, I really like that one a lot. I think that's super important because now, like with social media and everybody just, I feel like everyone's just trying to get where everyone's in a race. We're trying to get there, we're trying to get here, but like finding that healthy balance is super important because if not, you're going to burn out. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. If you don't find that middle ground or that medium, you're going to burn out.
I'll also say this, and I feel like everyone kind of knows this, but it's kind of hard to put into words. People know when something's genuine.
Yes.
If you're trying to be something, it's so clear. I've probably been guilty of that before in my life, but like when you see someone trying to be the funny guy or trying to be the cool guy, or you see someone trying to be the superstar, it's a lot less endearing than if you just come forth and you're like, I'm just getting started. I don't really know what I'm doing yet. Here's what I got. Or if you're just more genuine in your approach, it's so much better received. And I think I'm learning that, whether it's with music or with content creation. The more you try to be something, the less so that you are.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what I'm learning. So I'm like, well, maybe I won't try as hard and I'll just kind of see what comes out. And that works out better every time.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you said that because there's nothing wrong with having a plan in place. There's nothing wrong with, I want to be that or I want to do that. But just be yourself when you're doing it.
Yeah.
Don't be so cheesy and you have to watch this other person over there. Yeah, everyone's going to have their opinions about you, of course, but who cares?
Yeah.
Just be yourself. When you're more original, like you said, and you're not trying to copy that person or you're not like faking it, it comes off, like you said, more genuine. It's just more of a relaxed, like cool vibe.
Right. Yeah.
People are going to have their opinions about you. Whatever.
Totally.
That's part of life.
Yeah.
Not everyone we weren't all born to love each other.
Yeah.
As much as it sounds, not the best thing to say, but not everyone is going to like you. It's just how it is.
Right. Yeah. The person who's well liked by everyone might not make it as far as the guy who is, adored by half as much people.
Yeah, exactly. So as always for my guests and for the listeners, I always like to do a 5-question segment to end the show. So my first question for you is who inspires you?
I'd say my sister, my best friend. She's about 4 years older than me, and she's my sister, but also in a way she raised me in some ways. You know what I mean? Because she's always been someone who's been a confidant and been the most solid, honest advice you could ask for. Like, she'll call me out if I'm acting a certain way or trying to be someone I'm not. Just like so baseline, genuine person. She's never tried to be someone. She's always been herself. So proud of my sister.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years. In 5 years, man, that's a tough one. Because I'll tell you what, 5 years ago, I wouldn't see myself here.
Yeah.
I've had so many like hard right turns and mystery directions, and misdirections and audibles in the last 5 years. It's hard to say where life will take me in the next. But I see myself in a snakeskin cowboy boots and kind of a cool cashmere shirt tucked in on a rooftop and the sun setting, and I have like a good cocktail, beautiful woman holding my hand, telling me I'm handsome. That's probably it.
Who has been the most influential person in your journey? I know you said your sister, but like from question 1, but who has been the most influential person in your journey?
Influential person in my journey. The journey of the show.
Just life. Well, you can say the show, or you can say life. Whatever you like.
Maybe my dad. I've always wanted to be like my dad. Mm-hmm. And he's not a reality TV show guy, but he is someone who is a stoic and who stands on his morals and who doesn't have time for nonsense. And he's had some health concerns this past year that he's worked through. He had a quadruple bypass heart surgery.
Wow.
Yeah, and he still, we can't keep him out of the gym. We can't keep him from like walking 3 miles a day. Like he is in incredible shape, and he's my hero. So I'd say my dad.
What has been the biggest challenge that you have overcame in your life?
Biggest challenge I overcame. Biggest challenge I've overcame is being able to recognize errors in myself. At this age, I'm able to truly look at myself and find things I want to fix and work on. So that's a new thing for me. Wasn't able to do that probably 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that about myself. I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm still working on this. It's not fully cooked yet. Still working on it, but soon I'll be better every day. So
if you could turn back the time to your 18-year-old self, what would you tell yourself now?
Okay. If I could turn back the clock to my 18-year-old self, I would say, don't worry as much. Yeah. I think all the way up till when I was like 22, I was like, had to have this like plan. And I said, I kind of broke free from it later on.
Yeah.
I almost wish I did that earlier.
Yeah.
If I did stuff for fun rather than for the grand master plan.
Yeah.
Probably would have had the ride would have been a little more enjoyable earlier on. But yeah.
Well, Logan, it was a pleasure to have you on the show. Logan Seagull, you were a joy for this episode 79. But before we do wrap up, I wanted you to kind of share and kind of where can listeners find you?
Follow me on Instagram at Logan Seagull or on Spotify, Logan Seagull. Shoot me a message. I read them, even the crazy ones.
Craziest DM you've ever gotten?
Oof, dude. Oh my gosh. people will send me pictures of myself.
What?
Like that they took of me outside.
Oh my gosh, I saw this on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, the DM. Well, you were at the coffee shop, right, or something?
Dude, yes.
That's so flippin' weird.
And people will like snap a picture of me walking on the beach, and then like they'll send it to me like 2 days later, and they'll be like, "This is you," and I'll be like,
"Yeah, yeah." It's like the show You. It's like give me the You vibes.
Yeah, but then when I'm weirded out by it, they're like offended by it. I'm like, hey, yeah, thanks.
Like, hey, I'm a normal person too.
They're like, okay, just wanted to say hi. I'm like, hi.
Oh my God.
I don't know, it's kind of weird, but
those are some of your craziest DMs then.
Nah, I mean, there's some strange people out there who hide behind like a fake profile and say some wild stuff. But people are nice. I'll be honest. Like 90% of DMs are like really kind.
Yeah.
There's some weirdos, but still.
Do you check them a lot?
No, I mean like when you can't sleep and you're like scrolling, sometimes you'll just be like, I wonder what's in here.
Yeah.
But you regret it most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Logan, thank you so much for coming on the Inquisitive Mamba Podcast, episode 79. We got a chance to hear about your story from The Bachelorette, The Bachelor in Paradise, life outside of reality TV, what you're doing now with music. We talked about some fun food stuff. It was just a pleasure to have you on. So yeah. I wish you nothing but the best in your career, and I hope to connect even further even after this. But the sky's the limit for you, and you definitely motivated me today because I even moved out to California last year, so I can kind of feel that similar vibe as you, and I feel like we have kind of similar backgrounds, even though I wasn't on the reality TV show. But it still doesn't matter. It's still pretty cool that we got a chance to hear your story today. And guys, as always, episode 79 of the Inquisitive Mamba Podcast. This will be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You know where to find us, and we'll see you next time.